everyone, welcome to another edition of the Global Crypto Market Analysis. I'm James Preston.
And I'm Graham Tennant.
And this edition proudly sponsored by Binance. Binance are putting on a 3-day masterclass for traders in the crypto space. It starts tomorrow night, depending on when you're watching that. This could even be in the past. It's Friday the 28th of August. I'm kicking it off with an hour's exposition of the history of money and why Bitcoin plays such an important role in money's future, laying the foundation of how to trade in this whole new financial industry. If you do all 3 sessions, which is absolutely free, you will get a digital certificate from Binance. So check it out. We'll put the link for the registration in our description, and join us Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night for the Binance Trading Masterclass. Now, Graham, you could very well be a lecturer on that trading masterclass. I mean, we're currently putting together a course for Blockchain Academy as well. You have been very, very helpful in mentoring people on our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. There's been a number of charts at the moment. You released some charts just this week about a pretty bearish scenario short term. Just take us through this Bitcoin chart you have in front of you now, which shows some consolidation after that breakout, and why short term we're expecting this cool off.
Yeah, so I think that the crypto markets in general deserve a bit of a breather because of the rampant run that we've had in the last weeks and months. So yeah, I think fully acceptable for it to be having a little bit of a breather and time to consolidate, and obviously we then hope for the next move in the coming weeks. But yeah, in the short term, I think that we could have, I think we've got a higher probability of a short-term pullback than the continued explosive run that we've seen so far.
So let's start with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
At the moment, we broke out of that symmetrical triangle on the macro chart, which was very exciting. Does that mean that we're in for moonshots in the coming months?
A short answer, I would say yes. This is exceptionally bullish. We've chatted about this symmetrical triangle structure on the bigger time frame, and we have broken out the top of it with good impulse. We could have a little bit more volume, but it moved really nicely out of that, out of the top of this triangle. And yeah, I think some cool off over the next couple of weeks. We don't exactly know how long that's going to take, but bigger picture, really bullish. So from an investment point of view, I think that's we're looking really good, and there's an opportunity hopefully in the coming weeks to actually buy dollar cost average on the way in to grow your investment position. Because yes, I do think on the macro time frame we're looking really positive.
So Bitcoin's done extremely well since the COVID collapse, as we're calling it. Since then, a couple of the others have done well as well. Let's compare the performance of the likes of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and some of the other altcoins as well.
100%. So I think that now, during this slight cool-off period, this gives us time to take stock and look at the price movements of the last couple months. And it's interesting to do a comparison. So from the COVID lows, I'm cutting out the wicks here because we don't really know what type of volume we would have got on that bottom wick. So if we just take it from the low of the candles to the high points that we've had recently, Bitcoin has given you around 150% return from bottom to top, okay, which is really good in itself. But Ethereum was one that I identified as having the potential to outperform Bitcoin over this period, and I've been fortunate that has been the case. So if we look at the move of Ethereum over the same time period, we've done almost 300% over a similar time span. And then we've had a lot of headlines about Link and Cardano and a couple of altcoins. We've had the DeFi movement. So this chart shows you the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So this is really your altcoin universe. And here, by comparison over the same time period, we've had roughly a 200% move. So Ethereum has been your star performer out of those 3. And yeah, so I'm very happy that the way that things have panned out. And obviously Ethereum has been a really good pick over this period of time. Obviously there would have been altcoins within this index that would have outperformed Ethereum, but obviously that takes quite a lot more skill and research to go and obviously find those those hidden gems and do a little bit of dumpster diving. So yeah, on the whole, I'm happy with the performance of my trading so far. And yeah, now's the time to reassess, and then we can move forward from there.
So as you say, the star performer of those altcoins outside of Bitcoin is Ethereum, as it usually is. Ether, as the token is called, for those of you that are politically correct in terms of the actual token, we know is Ether, but we're talking about the project with its relating token, Ether. That is Ethereum. It's the star performer. It's the easiest choice. It's the highest capped coin outside of Bitcoin. It's impossible to truly pick, some of those unicorns like Lend, Yam, Link, and all those crazy performances that we've seen. But Ether really is looking weak. Take us through why that necessarily is, and what the potential retracement is on Ether, and perhaps some of those other charts that you have there as well.
Sure. Yeah, so I'll start off talking about Ether or Ethereum by saying that I'm very, very bullish on the macro time frame still. So really, this is the shorter term time frame here. We're looking at the 4-hour chart. Does potentially look weak, but for me, this is just an opportunity to try to pick up some investment Ethereum at a cheaper price. So just briefly, we can see here we had this trend line, and it just looked like a matter of time until this trend line was going to break. Even though you're moving upwards, this is not a strong structure. So we had this real impulsive move. That's your rocket fuel. That's firing us up out of the COVID lows, but then we were running out of a bit of steam, and we did inevitably break this trend line. Now we found support denoted by this purple area, and I think again it's probably only a matter of time until the support fails. That's my high probability assessment, and we probably move lower. So I'm looking to pick up Ethereum $315. That would be a 38% retracement on the fib level. And for me, that would be a really nice price to start picking up some more Ethereum.
Right, so that is a fair retracement. Are you seeing and expecting the same kind of retracement on the likes of Bitcoin and the other altcoins?
Yes, I am, but just not, at least on Bitcoin, it's the same magnitude, because Ethereum has had such a big move up. It does have the potential to give a larger amount back. It is more volatile than Bitcoin. So we've got a very similar setup on Bitcoin here. Let me go back into the 4-hour chart. There's our trend line which broke. We're now sitting at support, and I'm looking at the 10,500 level to pick up some Bitcoin a bit cheaper. But again, my longer term bias is still to Ethereum.
Right. So now $10,500 was a very key level for Bitcoin. Yeah. And the likes of Raoul Pal, I remember clearly a tweet that he put out that really intrigued me and resonated with me, that because of the resistance level 10,400, 10,500 had provided for so long, yes, a break above it for him as a macro investor was rocket fuel stuff. Like, we are looking at moonshots. We broke out of that, and indeed we skyrocketed to 12,400 almost. How far is this going to go? I mean, looking at that macro triangle there, that symmetrical triangle on the macro chart, how far is this move up going to go? And does that align with what you've just said about the retracement to the $10,500 level?
Yeah, so my assessment, retracement to 10,500, maybe 10,000 if we get a further move. I mean, we could even come back further. I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we see sub 10 and a retest of the top of this macro symmetrical triangle. But ultimately, we're looking really good. I mean, how high can we go? I mean, everyone's making their prediction about all-time highs, but I'll just summarize by saying it's looking very bullish.
Okay, so basically wait for the pullback, and when it breaks out of that, we're looking strong again. Yes,
I don't think you can go too far wrong if you are looking to buy on the pullback. Grow your investment pot, and I do think that you will be rewarded in the long run. That's not investment advice, but that's what I'm personally.
Well said, well said. Are you opening any short positions for these pullbacks?
Not right now. I am looking to move some funds out of my investment pot into Tether for example, but right now I'm not a high enough conviction to be taking any leveraged short positions.
Okay, all right. So you're just going to wait it out for a bit, see what happens, and you'll update us as and when you see some moves on the Telegram and WhatsApp groups.
100%. I mean, I'm not. When we have got such a bullish structure, even if we do have shorter term bearish setups, I'm always reluctant to trade against the macro trend, which you're going to battle to find a more bullish setup than this on the macro time frame than your cryptos, and that's why we love the space.
Absolutely. Well, Graham, thank you so much.
Thanks, James.
It's been once again really holistically enlightening, so thank you. That's where we're going to leave it for today, folks. Don't forget to join us at the Binance Masterclass Conference starting tomorrow night, 28 August. It's tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central African time. That is 8 p.m. Dubai time and 4 p.m. GMT time. So depending on where you are in the world, join us for that. It's really going to be an enlightening conference. I'm kicking it off on the 28th, and registration is free right there in the YouTube description. Thanks to Binance for sponsoring this edition of the Global Crypto Market Analysis. From myself, James Preston.
And myself, Graham Tennant.
It's goodbye for now.
For now.